I was born in Kaduna, under the kind of sun that burns your skin but feeds your spirit. We didn't have much, no shoes, no toys, no electricity. But we had football. We made balls out of rags and plastic. The streets were our stadiums, the dust our crowd. When I played, I forgot hunger. When I scored, I felt alive. My mother would call out from the doorway, "Rashidi, come and eat." And I would shout back, "Just one more goal, mama." That hunger, not for food but for purpose, became my life. I joined a small local team in Kaduna. We trained on bare ground, and every kick felt like survival. They said I had power, something wild inside me. Not just skill, something deeper. One day, someone from Ibadan saw me play. That's how I joined Shooting Stars. It was my first real chance, and I took it like a man drowning, grabbing air. When I first stepped into the stadium in Ibadan, I looked around and whispered, "One day they will scream my name." And they did. Every goal, every chant, it felt like my destiny calling. But I was quiet, always alone after games. While others celebrated, I walked away to the dressing room thinking, I wasn't made for noise. I was made for focus. That focus carried me to the national team. The Super Eagles. The green and white jersey, I felt the weight of 100 million hearts. My first goal for Nigeria, I can still hear the sound of the crowd. It was like thunder mixed with prayer. In that moment I realized, I wasn't just playing football. I was carrying a nation's hope. My life changed fast. Fans, fame, money. Everyone wanted a piece of Yekini. In 1993, I won the African Footballer of the Year award. The first Nigerian ever to hold that title. They called me the Lion of Nigeria. I smiled for the cameras, but inside I felt empty. I had a wife then and children. But fame is a jealous friend. I was always away, Portugal, Ivory Coast, Saudi Arabia. My wife said, "You love football more than me." Maybe she was right. One day she left and took the kids. I tried to fix it, but I didn't know how. I was good at scoring goals, not at holding hearts together. Then came the 1994 World Cup, the moment I had dreamed of since I was a boy. Nigeria on the world stage. But behind the smiles, the truth was bitter. No match bonuses. No preparation. Quarrels between officials and players. I told my teammates, "Forget the money, play for pride." When Finidi crossed that ball to me, time slowed. I struck it with everything I had. The net shook, the crowd exploded. And I ran straight into the net, holding it like it was my mother's arms. I roared. That was not celebration, that was release. Years of hunger, pain, and doubt, all in that roar. They said I looked crazy. But that roar was my soul breaking free. That goal changed my life forever. It made me immortal. But it also marked the beginning of my silence. I spoke out about the corruption, the lies, the disrespect. I said players deserved better. They called me proud, ungrateful, difficult. The same people who cheered me turned their backs. The federation stopped calling. The press wrote lies. And I started to fade away. When the noise stopped, I went home. Back to Ibadan. No cameras, no interviews, just peace. I bought a small house. I helped people, paid school fees, gave food, donated quietly. But I didn't talk much. Because when you speak truth in this country, they call you mad. Rumors started again. Yekini has lost his mind. He's talking to himself. He's cursed. But no one asked how it feels to give your life to your nation. And be left alone when the cheering stops. I wasn't crazy. I was lonely. I was hurt. I was tired. Sometimes I'd sit in my room, watching old tapes of my games, hearing the commentator shout my name. And I'd whisper, "That was me, I did that." But the world had moved on. New players, new heroes. No one remembered the man who held the net and roared for Nigeria. I missed my children. I missed my mother. I missed myself. When I walked through Ibadan's streets, people whispered. Some pitied me. Some smiled kindly. But I just kept walking. Because I had learned when the noise fades, only silence tells the truth. Sometimes young boys would run up to me, smiling. Uncle Yekini, show us your goal celebration. And I would smile back. Keep playing. One day the world will hear your roar. Their joy kept me alive for a while. But my body began to fail. The fire that once burned so bright was fading. I prayed every night for peace. Then one day, some relatives came. They said they wanted to take me to get help. I didn't fight. I had nothing left to fight. I just wanted rest. That day, I looked out the window as we drove. The trees, the sun, the familiar roads of Ibadan, all blurred together. I closed my eyes, and I felt light. Free. They said Rashidi Yekini died that day. But no, I didn't die. Every time a young Nigerian scores and grabs that net, I live again. Every time the Super Eagles sing the anthem, I stand among them. Every time the crowd roars, I roar too, from somewhere they can't see. Because legends don't die. They become echoes. I was not perfect. I was not always understood. But I was true. True to my game. True to my heart. True to Nigeria. I was Rashidi Yekini, the boy who dreamed under the Kaduna sun, the man who made Nigeria roar, the lion who found peace in silence,